That's what his face looks like. At around 6, I had an early dinner. I took my time, so I finished around 7:05. I had to tend to some important business. Well, that's very vague. Some important vague details right there. That important business was to get a present for my friend. Oh. Okay, present for your friend. Right. I went to buy some presents at Reno's Antiques at around 7:30. Wouldn't most antique stores be closed by like 6? Because those are usually family owned or something, and usually those family owned businesses like that close early. But I'll just take your word for it. After that, I went to her house at around 8 and to say happy birthday. We were partying at her house until 11. It was then that I was walking home. That was around the time I witnessed the crime. This testimony doesn't seem suspicious. In fact, it proves that Mr. Triad had an alibi. Uh-oh. Since you asked for this testimony, I'm going to allow you to cross-examine the witness. Be warned, though, if this doesn't go anywhere for you, this is what will hit you. Double penalty! Oh, frick. Wait, I'll be right back. I think I heard something. Okay, that was some banging of ice, apparently. So that's what that banging I heard was. I can't believe I heard it with my headphones on. But anyways, well, then again, there was complete silence during this part, so. But great, double freaking penalty. I understand, Your Honor. Maya, you have to make this cross-examination go somewhere. Otherwise, this will really hurt us. Jeez, pressure from all sides. How much worse can it get? If my client is... No, scratch that. I know my client is innocent of the murder of this congressman. If I am to stand a chance at truly winning this case, I need to solidly pin the crime on him. Your Honor, I understand what's at stake. I'm going to risk this case and cross-examine Mr. Triad. Better start pressing. At around 6, I had an early dinner. Hold it! When do you normally take your dinner? Objection. For me, that's around 7 p.m. I have to perform at 8:30 on show days. And there wasn't a show that night? Also, you have was this a girlfriend again? You're buying a gift for a girlfriend, yet you're hitting on me? What? Or hitting on Maya, I should say. Quit saying me, Luke. It's weird. And there wasn't a show that night? Nope. I see no problems here. Continue the testimony. I took my time, so I finished around 7:05. Hold it! That's an awfully long time for dinner. Well, I was eating dinner, and I did relax quite a bit. Maybe we ought to go to the restaurant I went to that night, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Okay. This guy's unbelievable! He still tries to find a way to flirt with you under intense cross-examination! Maybe I ought to file sexual harassment charges against him. Yeah, probably. Sorry about that, Mr. Triad. What did you do after your dinner? I had to attend to some important business. Hold it! What would that be? He was getting to that. Let the witness finish his testimony! Yeah, I was going to get to that part. Objection sustained. Continue your testimony, witness. That important business was... That important business was to get a present for my friend. Hold it! For what occasion? Her birthday. Her? This guy's definitely a player! What should I do? Should I object or should I let it go? I want to raise an objection, just for the hell of it. You mentioned her birthday? Who are you talking about? My girlfriend. Gah! I knew it! He's a player! You have to stop trying to flirt with me when you have a girlfriend. I flirt with Maya? You did. You did. You did. And I told you to stop with that shenanigan. You little... Order! 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 Watch your mouth, witness! Do I need to wash it out with soap? My apologies, Your Honor. We've strayed far enough from the main topic. Let us get back to the testimony. Maya, you have a good way of making people look bad. Good job. Good job. Besides, this creeper deserves it. I can't imagine going out to dinner with this guy. Where did you buy your gifts? Wait a minute! Reno's Antique Shop! You're talking- wait! I got you now. I went to buy some presents at Reno's Antiques. Oh, right. At Reno's Antiques at about 7:30. Let's press him and see if we gotta get some stuff out first. But those are some very interesting birthday presents you got right there. A Colt and 6 bullets. Expensive too. Hold it! What kind of gifts were they? They were expensive gifts. Oh, yeah, I bet they were. I don't know what that means. Do I have to babysit you through this? No, thanks. What I mean was, what is his definition of expensive? I want to know with a numerical value. Are we talking complex numbers here? No, Your Honor. Nevertheless, objection overruled. Witness, tell us how much you bought for your girlfriend. It cost around $3,200. $3,200? What did you buy with $3,200? A set of antique dolls from the 19th century. Bull crap! $3,200 for antique dolls? Something is fishy here. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yeah, you should! Your Honor, I saw a huge problem just now. I don't see a problem there. Then again, I don't see any problem anywhere. This judge is beyond unbelievable. You're going to have to answer this next question, and I want your answer with evidence. Remixed, cornered music, or not cornered, no, wait! No, I forget if it's cornered. I don't think this is cornered, but it's that remixed version of that. It's going down. It's going down. What exactly was wrong with Mr. Triad's statement? Merchandise. The suspicious part of the last statement was the items that he bought that night. So you say it is the merchandise that is the problem. Now show me the evidence that backs up your claim. Your claim the merchandise is the problem. I'd like to show this receipt that I got that comes to close to $3,200 and was bought at 7:30 at Reno's Antique Shop. Are you seriously telling me that you have purchased a set of antique dolls for $3,200 for your soon-to-be ex-girlfriend? That is the truth, my lady. What do you mean about... That is a lie, my friend. What? I believe that you did, in fact, buy a few items for $3,200. But they're not gifts. There, they are a Colt 45, and it's 6 bullets. What the Order! 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 What is going on now? With this purchase... Nice music. Really nice music. I believe our witness was planning to do some shooting that night. Not partying with his girlfriend. How dare you!
Miss Faye! You know that you must present the evidence that proves that he's lying!
Well, I kinda did. I have evidence, alright. It's this little piece of paper right here. It's this receipt right here, actually. This evidence shows that he's lying about the merchandise. It wasn't dolls! Again, it was a gun, and it's 6 bullets!
Why wasn't I informed of this piece of evidence?
That's right. He doesn't know about this, but I better throw suspicion off this evidence. I have to trust that Grossberg gave me genuine evidence, so I must run with this idea. It seems that, like, the detective didn't think it was important at the time. I just happened to find it at the crime scene.
Sure you did.
And I had the owner verify that that was the only purchase at that hour that very night.
Impossible!
With Mr. Triad's testimony, I believe we have a new killer in our hands.
Do you really? Are you sure you have the killer in mind?
I'm going to assure you that I am definitely not bluffing. I have a new suspect in mind. Maya, are you going for it?
Hell yeah, I'm going for it!
You betcha I am!
Alright, Miss Faye, you say you have the new killer. Present the identity of the new killer. And that killer is Winston Payne. Marvin Grossberg. Gin friggin' Triad. Take that! Gin Triad?
That's right. Gin Triad had bought a revolver and 6 bullets that night. Being quite a unique weapon that we discussed earlier and can only be found in antique shops, it makes it easier for us to identify the assassin today. Gin Triad, you bought the weapon, not just to shoot, but to kill Mr. Kanalorov. Oh no. How did he recover?
You've got the guts in order to accuse me, Gin Triad, of murder. Ha! I like that in a lady like you.
Oh boy. He looks like he just turned from creep to rapist. Even worse than a rapist, actually. He's a sicko.
However, you didn't prove anything so far.
You're kidding!
All you've proven thus far is that I didn't see the crime. I'm afraid Mr. Triad is right, Miss Faye. All you've proven is that he didn't witness the crime. He didn't see the right amount of people, and he didn't see how the man escaped.
And your last contradiction isn't also proving much. But he bought the gun! Sure, he bought the gun. I'll concede that. But did he shoot the gun? Did he kill Mr. Kettleroff with that gun? How did they turn this against us so fast? I think only Mr. Triad knew there was something wrong, and Payne just went along with it. But don't get distracted, sis. Our client couldn't have murdered the congressman, right? He's totally innocent, Maya. So there must be a way to prove that Triad had shot the gun. I've got it!
You do?
You can prove that he shot the gun? Yeah, I can prove it. Not through evidence, but through something else.
Really? Is it the affidavit?
Go for it, sis. Let's turn this case back in our favor. Mr. Payne, you claim that I can't prove that Mr. Triad shot the gun he bought that night. But I think otherwise.
Here's the music again. Miss Faye, you can prove it?
I can prove it.
Miss Faye, do tell us how the defense knows this witness actually shot the gun.
The only way he can tell if Mr. Triad shot the gun is to...
Well, let me just go back to the court record that you... Let's go to the entire screen, actually, and say... The bullet was found at the crime scene, no traces. Well, pretty much, the bullet, there was only one bullet found at the crime scene, so we can't say anything on that. For blood, I don't think we can check for blood, since he didn't actually, like... I don't see how he could check for blood, really. But I can say fingerprints, maybe, so check for fingerprints?
The only way we can tell if Mr. Triad shot the gun is if we check the fingerprints on it. Not so fast, Mr. Payne! I know what you're trying to do here. But you have to remember that there is one set of unidentified prints on it. They could have belonged to Mr. Wart! That's not true at all. I think we need to recall back to the first contradiction. Detective, did you forget something?
Polly, did you forget something?
That incident!
What are you talking about? I ain't no parrot!
I mean, the fingerprints on the gun.
Yeah, they belong to that defendant. Or was it someone else? Look over here, and look over here, and ooh, look at the pretty lights.
Now, the detective did not remember whose fingerprints were on it. And I had to point out that just because it was next to my client doesn't mean that my client had ever used the gun. And since there were unknown fingerprints, that means my client didn't even touch it at all. What?
Order! 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 Are you saying that the witness's fingerprints are on the gun?
It can only be that way, Your Honor. And I request a fingerprint test on it.
Request granted, of course. Bailiff, please take this gun to be tested for Mr. Triad's fingerprints.
While the gun gets tested, we need to address another issue that has been raised.
What issue, Mr. Payne?
I hope it's not about the receipt. I hope it's not about the receipt.
Miss Faye's theory runs on the assumption that Mr. Triad actually shot the gun.
Oh, okay.
If that's true, then the next question is, why did Mr. Triad shoot that revolver?
That's a very good question, actually. Miss Faye, do you have an answer?
Well, sis, do you know why the witness shot the revolver? I think I have an answer to this.
You do?
Let's think about it this way. 2 shots were fired that night. One was to kill the victim, the other was to throw off the lead, essentially to throw a false lead. The question would now be, which did Mr. Triad do? Do you think you have an answer, Maya? I think I do. Good. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't think I'm thinking what either of you all are thinking, actually.
Definitely.
Nope.
Let's test this out.